Well, Paul, Barry Trammell from the Oklahoman, you made a lot of people in Oklahoma happy this summer, deciding to stay. Can you take us back through the process of exactly when it started formulating in your mind, hey, this is a place I might want to stay, place I'm going to stay, just how that whole process went during the season and after the season?
I think during the season, to start the season off, I was just open, very open about the situation. And, you know, in order for me to do that, for me to give everything I had and for me to be committed, I had to be open about coming here. Otherwise, I would have been, you know, not giving the team every bit of effort or, you know, it just would have been something that I was holding back. So, you know, I just told myself to start the process off and just give this team everything I have and see what happens. And obviously I've developed some good relationships with Russ, with Steven, with Dre, with Coach Donovan, Sam Presti, Clay. You know, I just developed these really good relationships here, almost feeling like I've been here for a while. And then just over the course of the whole season, you know, it just steamrolled, just got better and better, and you know, here I am.
Paul, what sense, if any, have you gotten of what it meant to this place for you? You know, you're an LA guy. For you to choose to stay here, what sense have you gotten just from what it means to the community?
Well, I think me starting off in a small market helped with feeling what, you know, small markets bring as far as a community standpoint. It was a great start to be in Indy for that feeling. And then, you know, it again, the city being behind this team, the team being behind the community, it was just hand in hand. And then just being a part of this team, it just felt right.
Paul, I'm curious, as a player, what's it like when media and fans kind of hinge on words that players say when they're going through pretty much going into their free agency? Like last year you said year one a handful of times, and it seemed like everybody was trying to read into that. I'm just curious, what is it like from your end?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's our decision, so it can be frustrating when, you know, at the end of the day, we're the only ones that know what it feels like or what decision we ultimately want to make. But then, you know, you say one thing and, you know, one person put this story out and now everybody is taken to it. When it came to my whole process, of course I'm going to be split. You know, that's part of life, being split between wanting to play back home or you know, playing in Oklahoma. You say one thing, I'm going to make this person mad. Say something else, I'm going to make these people mad. So it's at the end of the day, it's we got to be happy with who we are, and we got to be happy with the decision we're going to make, because at the end of the day, it's only going to affect us, not the mass. So it was frustrating, but you know, at the end of the day, it's what our job, you know, is what we got to deal with.
Paul, to play off that question, do you feel like, you know, for the first time in a few years, you're not really necessarily questioning your future? You don't have people kind of around you just waiting for something to slip. Do you feel like you can just come out and enjoy the game of basketball more than maybe you have been able to in a while?
Yeah, I think so. I think for the past 2 or 3 years of my season, there's always been, you know, speculations or, you know, people decide what my future should be. I know where I'm at, and the world knows where I'm at. So yeah, in a way, in a sense, I can go back to just playing ball and enjoying the game.
Paul, a message in the exit interviews last year and this year was about the team being more consistent, and talked about, you know, not building good habits during, you know, teams versus like the sub 500 teams. Is that something the players have talked about, and what do you see as kind of being a solution for some of that?
Well, I think it just goes with us being together for a year or two now. You're going to have those nights where, you know, we're going to show how special and how brilliant we are of a team when we play against, you know, teams that we need to be locked in on. Now where you're going to see the chemistry and the consistency is from us being together for a year or two is now being able to do that against, you know, the sub 500 teams. I just think we worked through a lot in 1 year, and people expected us to be, you know, a lot further along. But honestly, you know, that's the reason why I'm here for year two. I knew wasn't going to be something that happened, in one year being with this group. So you got to build certain habits, and that's the habits we're hoping that we build, is that consistency.
Jacob Toby, Channel 2 in Tulsa. Everyone saw that video of the party at Russ's house over the summer when you made that decision. What was the feeling like when you
Russ got a new house?
Yeah, when you let it be known that, you were coming back and going to be here for a while?
What was the party like?
Yeah.
Who was
saw you,
there?
you
Who was there at
smiling.
that party? Anybody in here who was there at that party?
What was it like?
You got to ask them. You got to ask everybody that was at that party. The party was amazing. You missed out if you wasn't at that party.
I wasn't invited.
Y'all station won't get the good deeds on that night.
Anybody else?
You became kind of an advocate for Jeremy Grant during the course of this season. What do you see in him, and what was so important to you about him that wanting him to come back?
JG is one of those special players, I think, that you need on a team to make a team special. Every team needs that one guy that can do a little bit of everything, and JG is that guy. You can plug JG in at any spot, and he's going to come out with some special plays for us. So it's great for us to be able to play fast, to play quick, defensively to be able to just fly across that whole court, and protect the basket, as well as run the floor and play in the transition game. So, he's a special kind of player, and I definitely, was vouching and was pulling for him to come back here.
Paul, was there anything surprising in the way that things played out with Carmelo to you?
No, I mean it played out, how it was supposed to, I guess. We miss Melo here as a teammate, as a brother. But if something doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's nothing that he did. It's nothing that the organization did. Nothing that the coaches did. If something doesn't work, it just doesn't work, and that's fine. We got to be able to move on from that. And he's in a better situation for him, and we got to move on and get prepared as a team.
Last question in the back here.
Hey, Paul. Kawhi Leonard is coming up on a similar situation as this season as you had last season.
Mm-hmm.
Has he reached out to you, or do you have anything that you can offer to him, maybe as he goes through this process this year?
Me and Kawhi are pretty close. Actually, during the summer, we hung out and kind of talked and got together a little bit. And we did talk a little bit on that, but at the end of the day, just told him just be open. We're both Southern Cal guys, and we both wanted to come home, play for the city. But obviously, my situation came up, and I was happy with it. Just told him be open about it. Be open about the situation, and just give wherever he goes. At that time, we didn't know where he was going. Just told him, give wherever you're going, give him your everything, and decide from there.